afternoon, everybody. Shavua Tov, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rolene Marks, and let's have a look at today's top stories. Within the last hour, the Jerusalem District Court has ruled in a landmark ruling that the Palestinian Authority is responsible for at least 17 attacks, terror attacks, during the Second Intifada. And this was during the years 2001 to 2004. What is interesting about this ruling is that they cite the stipend or the pay-for-slay policy that the Palestinian Authority has, which awards terrorists and their families a monthly stipend, as one of the reasons for their ruling, as well as the fact that the Palestinian Authority tends to lionize buildings, stadiums, streets by naming them after terrorists who carry out these attacks. So this is quite an extraordinary ruling, and it does set a precedent moving forward. And we've been following with a lot of interest the shooting of 19-year-old Solomon Tekah by an off-duty police officer last week, which sparked tremendous riots around the country. Now, the police have concluded their investigation, and it has been concluded, as per the ballistics, that the bullets that killed young Solomon Tekah resulted as a ricochet from the ground. They were fired in the ground and they ricocheted into his body, and sadly they killed him. But what has been very important is that this has now opened up a very, very important discussion in Israel about the status of the Ethiopian community and certain discriminations that they face, which must be addressed. The Tekah family have confirmed that they have met with attorneys and with the police and will release an answer to these findings shortly. Last week, the father of Solomon Tekah noted that after the Shiva period, after the 7 days of mourning, there will be a peaceful memorial, and he appealed to protesters or rioters to please stop the violence. And our thoughts and our prayers are continuously with the Tekah family, and may the memory of Solomon Tekah be for a blessing. Now, in more controversial or other extraordinary news, it has come to light via a whistleblower that the Saudi Arabians have launched a campaign to track down and expel Palestinians that are living in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, especially those with noted ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. And over the last 2 years, at least 100 Palestinians have been tracked down and have been deported, as well as a number of Egyptians. And, one thing we don't talk about often enough is the status of Palestinians in other countries in the Middle East, like Jordan, like Lebanon, and in this case, Saudi Arabia. But the Saudis citing that they have notorious ties to the Muslim Brotherhood, who they believe is responsible for a lot of terror in the world. And we'll be following this story as it continues to break. So these are your top stories making headlines today. Don't forget that you can check out Lay of the Land's content at www.layoftheland.online. And the question we are asking today is, Am Yisrael High? Well, we know that Am Yisrael High, but are they high? You can read more about this and the benefits and investment benefits of medical marijuana in an article written by myself called Am Yisrael High on www.layoftheland.online. You can also check it out on our Facebook page, and if you haven't joined by liking us or following us, do it right this moment. And don't forget that if you like your daily news from Israel, hot off the press and on your device, you can click on the subscribe button below and get daily YouTubes. I'm Rolene Marks with the Israel Brief, and we will chat again tomorrow.